It's nobody else's fault. I've only got myself to blame. Morning world, and welcome to Monday 7th of November. I'm struggling a bit this morning, but it is my own fault. So last night I was invited out. Do you remember Dave, the builder, chap who did our granny flat? Lovely bloke, known him for years. He heard I was at home on my own. So he messaged me and said, fancy coming out for a pint? And I said, yeah, all right, I'm at home on my own, so I'll come out for a pint, which turned into a pint and a curry. Can anybody remember where I got to? Well, yeah, obviously you can, because I'm editing in this later on, but I can't remember where I got to when I was over there this morning, because it is now, well, 20 to 3 in the afternoon. I had to take my mother-in-law for a checkup at the eye hospital, so I've lost some hours, especially when she offered to buy me lunch on the way back, so that was another 3/4 of an hour I lost. So yeah, where was I? What was I talking about? I was probably talking off anyway, but you know. While I was away, I had a phone call from a nice lady at the BBC. And apparently they want to come out and have a little chat with me. And it was all to do with, I did an interview last week with Bloomberg, and it was all about YouTube and the extra income it brings in and how it's helped and how it's altered and changed things and benefited us. So there was 3 people in the piece of news. There was Ollie Blogs, myself, and a young lady, and I can't remember her name. So it's basically literally how YouTube has changed what we do and how we do it. She's looking at me over there to say, you're going to give me another bail, but she's still got a bit of the last one just there. So I'm going to give her an hour to tidy that up, because if I give her a fresh one now, she's just going to walk on that. Well, I'm not used to it. So I will go and grab a bail down, because they're up there. So I will go and get her a bail. So I'm ready to go, because I'd rather get it now in daylight than forget and then come back and have to do that in the dark later on, like I did with the last bail. Yeah, not fun climbing up there in the dark. That's pretty much it for a minute, other than the fact that the tree team's climbing gear has arrived, and Will, one of our subcontractors, is in. They finished the job, and I've got Will fitting Oz with his harness. So maybe we'll just go in and have a see how they're getting on. Unfortunately, Ewan can't have his harness fitted today because he's in America. So you'll have to wait. But they've both got their NPTC exams or tests, training next week after. So yeah, all new kit for them. Let's see how they're getting on. You cheating putting a cambium saver up there with a ladder?
Yeah.
That's cheating.
He told me to.
Oh, did he? Did he? Yeah. Cool. There is a way to put it up with your rope, but it is a bit complicated. So.
Not very good.
You do the honours. Nice rope now. Cheers. I can't remember how to do.
It depends on whether you're going to bird's foot it on the. So some people bird's foot it and some people don't.
Yeah.
I might be a bit short for bird's foot.
It's pretty short, isn't it?
Yeah. Remember to do it?
Yeah, kind of.
Round and then round again.
What, and then?
Yeah, and round again, through the middle.
Like that,
Yeah.
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 And tidy it up. So this bit's got to go on the outside. So that's got to go on the outside of that. That's going on the outside of that. Tighten it up. And that will become your friction knot. And basically what happens is, as it bends down, it will grip the, because it bends the rope, it grips it. That is definitely longer, isn't it?
That's better.
That's a decent sized prusik.
that right?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Right.
Put your weight into it.
So putting your weight on it now will help to lock it. So grasp it, grip the knot tight, and then put some weight on it.
That working?
Not yet, because you're holding the rope.
So
Yeah.
what you got to do, get both hands like that,
Yeah.
pull yourself down, and then,
And then-
when you go
oh,
slap, you
yeah.
can push that up.
Yeah.
I remember now.
But thrust your
That's it.
thrust your arse at the same time. There you go. That's like that.
Come on, Oscar!
Now what Mikey does is when you're up there, he gets this end of the rope and he ties it onto the ball itch of the Land Rover, so you can't come down. Yeah, well, that's right. You shot it there quite. Is that belt comfortable, harness?
You're right, adjust it like.
Yeah. As long as it's comfortable, that's the main thing. Because if you've got to spend hours in that,
Yeah.
you'll get backache if you ain't comfortable. So, all right. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you to it now. He can teach you some more tricks.
Okay.
Right, Oz was so keen, we put him up the tree. Let's see how he's getting on. Right, I won't disturb the lesson. I've got something else to go look at for a minute, and you can come with me. So we've had a lot of rain. In the last, after spending the summer complaining we had any rain, in the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of rain, like 2, maybe 3 inches, which is quite a lot. That stream is still not really running, it's only just dribbling. The stream going down through the middle of the golf course is running, but that is fed from right up in the hill, up the top there, the source is up there. And as far as I recollect, the source of that water, apparently, is actually from the other side of the River Severn, over the Black Mountains, because there's minerals in this stream down here that we don't find locally. They're not around, we're not around this area. So yeah, apparently rain falls on the Black Mountains over Wales, percolates into the ground, goes underground, goes under the River Severn, gets warmed up, thrown back up in the spring up at the top of the hill up there, and then runs back down here. So quite a circuit. Anyway, that's not the water I want to go and look at. The bit I'm interested in is, well, is there anything in the pond? I haven't been down here for a few weeks, so it would be interesting to find out what's happened. So if you're new to the channel, you may or may not know, depending on if you've been through the back catalogue, and there are many, so there are well over 1,000 videos behind this one. Well over. Yeah, I've been busy. But when we bought the golf course, this piece of land over here, the corner of it, had been used by its previous owners as a tip. So, and as the previous owner was a builder developer, they tipped a lot of subsoil, building materials, all sorts there. And when we bought the golf course, we considered, should we get in here and clean it all out? But I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands of tons of stuff to shift. Anyway, we decided couldn't afford it. For what the value of the land was for the farm, what it could give back for, well, I think it's 2 acres. It wasn't worth the amount of time and effort and money it would cost to clear this out for 2 acres of grass. Besides that, nature had taken over the place, and this is full of all types of beasties, birdies, invertebrates, reptiles, you name it, it's in here. So what we did, we decided to enhance it. Rather than take it back into the farm, we kind of let nature have its way with a lot of it. So, but we've added to it over the period. We've put in piles of old, that's softwood I think in that one, piles of softwood logs, piles of hardwood logs, piles of tree stumps, all sorts of stuff that invertebrates need to survive, and things like amphibians and reptiles can get into and hide and hibernate in the winter. And we also dug a pond. So, but it's a dew pond. Do you know what a dew pond is? So, oh yeah, another pile of timber. Looks like a muddle, but you know what? There is so much life in there. Yeah, well there is water in the pond. Okay, so a month ago, this was empty. There's a deep spot over the back of there. That's probably 2.5 feet deep now in the back of there. So when this fills up, it's going to be 4 foot deep in the deepest part of the pond. But what's been going in here? Rabbits. Not a lot recently, but we do get deer that in here. Hello, dogs have found something. What have they found? They're not supposed to be in here really. This is supposed to be for wildlife, not dogs. Psst. Come on you two, come here. Psst. Come on you two. Oi, leave it alone. Whatever it is, leave it alone. It's allowed in here. Tinkers. They really wanted to come for a walk. I didn't really want to bring them in here. I didn't expect them to find something. So, but yeah, whatever it was big because I heard it crashing up there, so there would have been a roe deer. Poor roe deer, he just come in for a bit of peace and quiet. And that hooligan went and disturbed him. Come on, leave him alone. So, oi, where I can see you, come here. Come on, Pickle, front and centre. Come on, come here. Pickle, come on. Come here. Come here. Pickle, come here. Sit down. Pickle, come here. Sit down. Calm. Anyway, dew pond. I was after. Oi, come here. Sit down. So a dew pond is not fed by a live water course. It's not fed by a stream, river, or anything like that. It is basically groundwater and whatever falls on the land and is funneled into here. Come here, you. So there's a ditch that runs down the back of the hedge up there, and in the field there's a dip, there's a low spot. So if you look in there, half of that in there is basically bog. Always was a wet area, so we've basically used that pond to catch the water from the bog in there, and then we mow this area here so that we can see what's going on. We quite often put wildlife cameras out here. Oi, come here. Psst. Come on, Pickle. She likes chasing things. She loves chasing things. Don't chase things. And, So yeah, so we mow this area here, so we put wildlife cams out. We can catch things like foxes and deer and badgers and whatever else. If you go back from my videos some way back, you'll find videos that have got like fallow deer, roe deer, foxes, rabbits, all sorts of things that we picked up on the wildlife cameras in this area here. So, but you will have to go back at least a year because it was a while ago since I last did it. Oi, come on you. But I am pleased to see water back in the pond again. So, water is life. Behave yourselves, you two. Hey, little Miss Butter wouldn't melt, ain't you? I wasn't doing anything naughty, Daddy. I just want to play with the ball. Go on, Daddy, kick the ball. You know you want to. You know you want to. Okay, so this is little playground that we mucked earlier in the year, and I mean a lot of it's already disappeared. Just pick up a couple of stones. A lot of it has already disappeared into the ground. I would like to run over this with the chain harrows, but I was wondering whether to leave it to the slitters on and that grass rake. I don't know quite how well the grass rake's going to break this up, but I might give that a go first before I put the big harrows over, or even wait until next year. I just want to break it up a bit because these big clods like that will kill the grass underneath. Well, we don't want that. We want that scattered about a bit. Okay, so as I said, the water there for the golf course is running quite well, to the point that the bit of a pond I dug out earlier the year, well, it's filled up. So there you go. It is nice to see it. No, it's not watercress, and no, you do not want to eat that. But yeah, nice little bit of wet habitat for, I don't know, ducks, maybe, eels, little fishes, whatever wants to live in there. Anyway, curiosity is satisfied. I now know what's going on with the pond now. There is water in it, there is life in it, there is water in the stream. The ground is still nice and firm. You could easily put a tractor over this. It's still workable. So yeah, hopefully, like I say, we'll get the slitter and the rake on the tractor fairly soon, and we can maybe get out and work some of this ground ready for next year. Okay, on that note, we're losing light. It is just gone 4 o'clock. I'm going to go back and see the lads before they go home, and I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll kick the ball. Good catch, Pickle.